Friendly Neighborhood Gamer here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over 14 glitches that currently work within the game. I'm going to make this introduction short so we can get straight into it, but really quickly, let's shout out to some of the new subscribers to the channel. Thank you, Mac Milker, Rosie S, RS Gamer, Marty Bird 5, Eileen Dover, Sage Peter, Phil My Meat Pie, Stealth Diarrhea, and my mom's credit card on Amazon. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks again. With that said, let's get right into it. First up here, we have a little skip glitch here where you can get straight to the Radahn area site of Grace that will get you across the river. And once you're to this location, all you have to do is just follow my path. And once you're to this location right here, all you have to do is then jump off your horse, and then you're going to just slide down the cliff right here, and it will spawn you at the Stake of Marika. This next one we have is also a skip glitch. Once you're at this side of Grace, this one is a little bit hard to pull off, I will say. But once you're here, just make your way like I do here in the video. It might take you a couple tries to do this. No, it is going to take you more than a couple tries because this is a tricky one. So once you're to this spot on the map, all you have to do is jump, hit the top of this tree. Once you're on the tree, jump again, delay that second jump, and boom, you're on top of the castle. So the next glitch we have is going to be the Take No Magic Damage. You're going to need Seppuku for this, and then you're going to need the Crimson Whirl Bubble Tier. And then the last thing you're going to need is the Shield of the Guilty, or a shield that you can put Holy Ground onto. So once you have all those things, then you're ready to go. Now again, this does only negate magic damage, not physical damage. So we are going to start off by first stabbing ourselves with Seppuku. Once we stab ourselves with Seppuku, we are going to then switch to the shield and use Holy Ground. Once we use Holy Ground, we're going to wait till our sword comes completely out, then we're going to drink our flask with the Bubble Tear. Wait until the madness buildup goes away, take a few steps, use Holy Ground again, and then the timing has to be impeccable right here. Wait 10 seconds and then step out of the area. Now I know that's a lot to get down, but once you get it down, it's honestly not that hard. Then you can go into your stats. You'll know you've done it right because your Holy, Lightning, Fire, and Magic will all be at 99. So once you've done that, you're ready to go. You can take as much magic damage as you want, and on a bonus, it actually heals you when you get hit with magic damage. I'm already at full health, so obviously it won't heal me, but if you do lose health to physical damage, any magic damage is going to heal you back up. This glitch is definitely broken. Sometimes though, it does not work when you fast travel, so usually if you fast travel, it does have to be repeated in order to do it in that area. However, you can use it any way you want, and against almost all the bosses, it's really helpful, especially if you're struggling to defeat one of them. This next one is going to be a falling rune method where you can get an insta-kill on the Death Rite bird. We're going to be at the Castle Soul main gate site of Grace. So once you are here, all you have to do is follow my path and get the Death Rite bird to spawn. And once you've gotten that Death Rite bird to spawn, all you're going to do is make your way back down this path right here from where we came, and then you're specifically going to jump off these rocks right here. And make sure you delay that second jump as much as you can, start swinging, and then just fall until you get the rewards for killing the bird. The next one is going to be a crossbow glitch where you can put any buff on your right hand ornament and then you will get the buff on your crossbow. So with this, I'm using Seppuku on my right hand ornament, and then I have the crossbow in my left hand. And if I shoot the enemies, they will get a bleed proc because of the Seppuku. This one's really enjoyable because I love the crossbows and they don't seem to get that much love and attention they deserve. Anyways, this makes the crossbow a lot more enjoyable since you can put any status effect on that crossbow as long as it's on your right hand ornament. This next method is also with the crossbow. What you're going to do for this is put some regular bolts in that right hand slot, and then the left one you're going to put some great bolts which you can shoot with the crossbow. So once you have those in the slots, what you're going to do is then load it up, and you have to jump while doing this, else it will not work. And if done correctly, as you can see, I am shooting the great bolts out of my crossbow and doing a nice amount of damage. Even with this pulley crossbow, shooting 3 bolts at once is just simply amazing. My favorite great bolts to use are probably the lightning ones because you can damage pretty much anything even if they have a shield, since the damage is coming from up above. So definitely give this one a try, especially if you're using the crossbow or you have it incorporated into your build. It makes for a really fun playthrough. Now this one is going to be, of course, the falling horse rune method, which most people already know by now, but any one of these that's going to be in the Mohgwyn Palace is definitely going to be your best bet because they will net you the most amount of runes. And of course there is about 5 to 6 different locations to do this in on this part of the map, and they each net you about the same amount of runes, ranging anywhere from around 200 to 350,000 runes. Now I do want to say that this is going to be the 3rd best method to acquire runes, any of these falling horse rune methods in this area. The first method that is the best is going to be duplicating your runes. The second is going to be killing the Albinurics on the cliff ledge with the sacred relic sword. And of course, just fall until you get the runes and then rinse and repeat. Now, most of you already know this one. This is going to be at this side of Grace. This is going to be the dragon. We are going to kill the dragon or get the dragon to very low health. Once the dragon is at very low health, you're going to notice he twitches right before his health almost goes all away. Once he twitches, you run back to the site of Grace, he will respawn, and then you will get the runes for killing him, and then you can rinse and repeat. So as you can see here, after he got to low health and he did the little twitch thing, I'm going to run back to this site of Grace. Now, if you have already killed the dragon, sadly, you're going to have to start a new story in order to do this one. And as you can see, the dragon has respawned. He is not dead, and then you can go up and rinse and repeat this as many times as you want to collect the runes from killing the dragon. Next up, we have the Invincibility Glitch. You're going to need this Ash of War, the Carian Grandeur, and then you're also going to need the Iron Greatsword. Once you have those 2 things and the Ash of War applied to it, then this is how it's going to go. So in your left hand, you're going to have the Iron Greatsword with the Ash of War, and then you're going to have a Sill in your right hand. Once we have these 2 things here, what we're going to do is we are going to use this Ash of War, and then all you have to do is go into the menu when you're using it and press X on it to remove it. If done right, you will sit in one spot, you will not be able to move, and you will be invincible to anything. I will say, please do not use this in PvP because it's super overpowered and nothing can kill you. However, you can counter this. If the person still has health, then you can stab them in the back. If their health is all the way gone, you sadly cannot do anything and they will just stand there forever. And I will say you do have to close out of your game once you're in this glitch and you've run out of health. There is no way to fast travel once you have done this. So once you've done it, you're stuck in that mode. There's nothing that can really benefit from this unless you just, want to sit there and make a cool clip of a boss just unloading on you and not killing you. Next up, we have a nice little skip glitch here. This will enable you to skip Ranni's questline. However, it can bug out when doing this sometimes, so just keep that in mind. But most of the time, it works. So once you're at the site of Grace, we're going to come to this mountain here, and this will enable us to get up the side of the cliff by killing ourselves. This is also for anyone that wants to skip and get the Black Knife Tish summon early in the game. Now make sure you bring something that will get you dead. I'm going to be bringing a sword here with seppuku on it so I can stab myself endlessly. You're going to make your way up this cliffside, and then once we're up here, we are going to kill ourselves, and then we will spawn at one of the stakes of America. So just to speed it up a little, I cut out some of the video. My health is already pretty low, and then I'm just going to stab myself again until I die, and then I'm going to spawn at that stake. Now the next glitch is going to take place in the same area, and we are going to be cheesing the Black Knife ringleader. Now this isn't that difficult of a fight, but if you are having trouble with it, this cheese will definitely help you kill her and make it a lot simpler. So once you've spawned in, what we're going to do is we're going to make our way over to one of these cliff ledges. And what we're basically going to do is we're going to trap the ringleader in one of these slots in the cliffside. Now this spot specifically where I'm about to go is probably one of the better spots. You're going to try and trap her and lure her down there. Once she gets down there, all you have to do is stand in front of her so she can't move back up. So once she's down there, all you have to do is just stand right here, and then you can switch to your weapon and hit her endlessly until she dies. And if you've done it correctly, she will just stay there and walk continuously. Sometimes every once in a while she'll be able to get out of it, but usually 9 times out of 10 she will be stuck in that particular spot. Just make sure you stand directly in front of her so she cannot move. Next up we have the Invisible Black Blade. So you're going to need the Black Blade incantation, and then you're also going to need the Catch Flame incantation. Once you have both of those, you have a nasty little combo here. So once you have both of them, you want to get the Catch Flame first. You're going to cast it twice and then switch to the Black Blade, and it will swing an Invisible Black Blade. Now I didn't do it right there because he actually swung the Black Blade. If you've done it right, you'll notice that an Invisible Black Blade will hit the enemy and do the damage on them with no FP cost. So again, just to reiterate here, all you have to do is Catch Flame first, you cast that twice as fast as possible, and then you switch to the Black Blade and cast that again. If you've done it right, your character will do a swiping motion in the air, which will damage the enemy, meaning that the blade is invisible. Now this next one is an old one, but it still works like a charm. This is going to be the Fire's Deadly Sin paired with the Blood Flame Blade. So once you have both of those, what you're going to do is have a sword in your right hand and then a seal in your left to be able to cast these. You're going to use the Blood Flame Blade first, and then you're going to use Fire's Deadly Sin. And what this will allow you to do is you'll be able to continuously walk or roll into enemies that are close by and give them bleed damage. You can use this in any setting you want, but all you have to do is basically just be close to an enemy, and as you can see, they take blood loss. This one's definitely a fun one to try out, so I definitely recommend it. You can just do whatever you want with it. You can even cheese bosses with it as well. It especially works well with one of the god skins. So let me just show you it really quickly in action. All you have to do is just stand close to that enemy, and it's going to give them blood loss. So just dodge the enemy as long as you can while keeping close to them, and you will get that blood loss proc on the enemy. This is very nice if one of the bosses is giving you a hard time. I mean, it's not the best glitch in the world, but it still works very well. The only problem with it is you do have to be close to the enemy in order for them to take damage. What's nice about this on the god skin is that if he does the rolling animation, which is usually close to his second phase, if he rolls into a pole and he gets stuck on that pole, you can stand behind the pole and continuously give him blood loss damage. And the last one that we have for today is going to be able to put any Ashes of War on any weapon. And yes, this does work on console. I'm going to be using the Magma Blade, and I'm going to be putting Seppuku on the Magma Blade. I will say you have to be extremely fast with this one, but it does work on console. I have tested it many times. But what you want to practice doing is running, turning around, and then going into your menu and removing your left hand weapon. So once you get it down, if you don't do it right, I didn't do it right here, and I wasn't able to get it fast enough. So you have a very short window in order to get this, because if you do it too slow, your weapon area is going to be grayed out. So it needs to be done really fast. So right here, if you do it really fast and unequip it, as you can see, I was able to get it that time. So let me show you again here, half speed. You want the weapon you're going to put the Ash of War on in your right hand, and then the weapon with the Ash of War in the left. you're going to two-hand the weapon that has the Ash of War on it. So I'm going to two-hand this weapon with seppuku. I'm going to run, and then I'm going to turn around really fast. While activating the Ash of War, go into the menu and press X to remove the weapon. And now you have bleed on your weapon. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and we will see you guys next time. Oh, and if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Hit the damn subscribe button already.